We are
the SOCA Analyst.
You don't know, it's Richie, Mr. Two Touch to Clap.
It's JEL, Mr. Put Job on me tombstone.
And it's Kendrix, Mr. Bend Down for the Stop. Harry Tubman's watching.
Yeah, alright, so we don't know is SOCA on an international scale. That's what we're going into today. Because I don't know what you guys think, but like I've been noticed, like, you know, SOCA's been in the past couple of years, at least, especially this year, it's been peaking. It's been like seeping in. It's been like seeping into like that, you know, that like little parts of like mainstream American culture or just American culture in general.
Stormers. Yeah. You know, the mainstream is on the road, and then SOCA's the carnival stormers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
but not like Labor Day stormers.
Yeah, not like Labor Day stormers. Although there are some pretty interesting articles about Labor Day in New York City. Like I think Nat Geo actually had a photo op, like caption news thing, whatever those things are called. They had an Instagram post about just Juve in New York City.
Yeah, but they always want to talk shit.
They phrased it as one of those things where, and maybe because for me it's so normal, so it's like, why are they talking about Juve like this? But they're like, yeah, Juve, like a Caribbean tradition that commemorates like the freedom and this and this. And I was just like, to me, Juve is like, yo, we gonna cover up and some paint and we gonna party mad hard and I'm gonna whine on mad bumper, you know?
It's culture point.
It's a culture point, yeah. I won't say it's bad. I think it was good because they were educational about it, you know? But you know when something is so normal to you that when you hear it spoken about from the lens,
like a really formal,
from like a formal out of culture lens, where like, oh, we're here exploring this culture, you know what I mean? It kind of made me feel like I was like in a nature documentary, except I was
like
the animal.
Andrew Zimmerman went to
it was like Andrew Zimmerman.
Rhodey.
And he wanted to be the South King.
Yeah, the South King.
And he called the doubles no, did he have doubles?
He had a double.
He had a double. I think he called it a sandwich, which was, but it was like that. But I don't know. Sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, it kind of makes me feel like the culture is being more examined rather than experienced. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe it is a step forward. Maybe it has to go that way before we get like formal recognition.
I don't know. Get examined? I don't know.
Yeah, but like,
what do you expect them to think? Like they're outside.
I guess I just want to see some people that I don't usually.
People talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want. You're right. You read my mind, bro. See that? Yeah.
But think about it from an outsider's perspective, right? They see all these crazy black and brown people dressing up in like fancy costumes, and they're like, oh my god, these feathers are like so good.
If you've seen Job for the first time, like you walking down the street and you turn the corner,
the Fifth Ave experiment,
and you see a guy with fucking sawfish in his mouth.
This was the Fifth Ave experiment. I don't know if you guys remember, but in like one of our first podcasts, me and Kendrix spoke about it. It was the Fifth Ave social experiment where you go on Fifth Avenue and we just cover from head to toe in oil and just go around with horns and a piece of sawfish and just run up to a bunch of white people and just kind of see what their reactions are.
But then again, in New York, that's kind of normal to see shit like that.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know if it's normal to see a job in New York.
Yo, we see everything, bro.
That's actually mad true. Mishpat. Yeah, it's true.
But in places like Edmonton, Canada, right? So there's this band that did a job ban for Edmonton Carnival, Caribbean Carnival, right? So they had like this whole job thing. They were covered up in the oil and all that and sawfish in their mouth. People came up to them and were like, so what are you? And it's like, oh, well, they were explaining, you know how Nat Geo, they had that whole history thing? So they were explaining the history of it, right? And it's like, oh, I should, Then the white lady's like, oh, I knew it had something to do with the devil.
Wow.
I mean, job means devil, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's not wrong.
But here's the thing, though.
Maybe she didn't mean it as like.
But she's not wrong.
But they also dismissed it because a bunch of people asked them, like, what was it? And their responses are, oh, it has something to do with the devil.
So, but it may not be like, you probably have to go a little deeper.
Well, maybe it's because she sees people.
Do white people want to?
Who cares what
people who are not exposed to our culture?
Well, here's the thing. Maybe she said that because if they're just looking at it for the first time, like you see, all they see are the horns, and they just try to relate it to what they see. It does look
like some devilish type thing. You know. So I mean, she's not wrong.
It happened when I was covering Atlantic City Carnival, and they had the Juneteenth parade, and they had the Blue Devils. And it was the same thing. Mad people just come up and they're like, "Oh, like what is this? Can you like explain what these like? Why are they painted in blue and stuff?" And then you just like explain it to them. I actually happen to be the one that explained to them, which was mad funny. But yeah. You know, I think when...
Not wrong. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, no. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I understand. But then... You can't expect them to know everything about you.
True. But then if she goes to other friends, it's like, oh, I went to this Caribbean thing, and they were all dressed as the devil, so, you know, they don't worship God.
Yeah, but you could be like...
That's hilarious.
No, but those are, like, inferring, you know? You just be like, yo, it's the devil, but blah, 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 and you gotta give the little explanation behind it. If you just say the devil, it's like, yo, it's the devil, but...
Well, no.
I mean,
the person explained it, but they just took the takeaway was, oh yeah, it's the devil.
Yeah, but that's the common thing, like for them.
It's like a major hype episode. It's the devil.
You know?
How was SOCA Flashmob, bro? How was that received when you did that in SOCA JEL?
You know, it was very interesting because we went through some what we like to call gentrified neighborhoods in Brooklyn, right?
Shout out to Jay-Z.
Shout out to Oba and Kiara for the flash mob. We started in the Barclays Center, Jay-Z's Barclays Center, and we went straight down to we passed Eastern Parkway, so we passed where the Labor Day, the Western American Day Parade happens, and we went straight down to like the Juve route, which is on Empire Boulevard. For the most part, despite how the neighborhood has changed, a lot of the white people and like the gentrified community, they were like waving and so happy around us. Wow. There was only this one lady who was really annoyed because she had her kid and she had to cover her child's ears because the music was so loud. Which I completely get. But other than that, it seemed to be well received. I was more worried that people are going to be like, what shit is this? And why are they making noise this early in the afternoon?
Man, that lady complaining. Yo, they did not see the viral video of the lady in Trinidad playing Mass with Bliss. I don't think it was Bliss. I don't think it was Bliss. I don't want to put the carnival bands out there.
It wasn't Bliss.
It wasn't Bliss. Yeah, because we didn't see her. But yeah, they did not see the video of the lady with like, what is it? Like she had like a 1-year-old baby, right next to the speaker. Yeah.
That's child abuse, man.
Oh, man. Yo, wow.
Was she standing on the stroller too, standing over the baby, and using it as a footstool?
She had a stroller as a footstool?
Yeah, was she standing over the baby?
Yeah. She had a stroller?
Nah, wait, I know probably it's another video I'm thinking of. There was one lady who was carrying her baby on the road, but there was some other girl, I think she was at a concert or something, and she had the baby. The stroller was right next to the speaker.
I don't know that one. Yeah, well, don't do that with your kids. You know, there's a time to fet and there's a time to take care of your children. And Christmas is probably a time where you get to do both and get drunk and listen to Parang and let your kids drink shandies and run all over the house and jump around. Not to Palance, but yeah.
Anti-Palance Brigade. General.
Yeah.
DJ JEL.
So to that point now, right? With the white lady taking like that element of our culture and saying it's the devil, a lot of that we've been seeing with soca music lately. So people will be
Soca's the devil?
There's a devil still a soca?
Nah.
Soca devils?
I've been to like
there is something called
maybe
soca devils.
They probably do that.
Our music is probably very devilish to them, although
they do that.
Although heavy metal could be
there is a lot of devil reference.
I've been to like a rap is the devil like seminar.
I play Juve with Coco Devils, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, but to that point, there are people who run away with like their perceptions of our culture.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The thing is,
so
that's a good point. Yeah.
With soca music and like with dancehall music, recently it's been classified as something they like to call tropical house.
Dun dun dun.
So I think the general theme is gonna be like controlling the narrative.
Yes.
Where the narrative goes.
With soca on an international scale, because I would say now more than ever is really when we have to take control of the narrative. Because like we all see it, right? Like soca is like it's getting there, you know, like it's being discussed on Hot 97 and stuff like that, and like it kind of always was, but I feel it's kind of getting looked at now as this thing where it's like you have like certain people who are like, we are the defenders, the soca defenders, and then you have the other side where it's like, oh, like this cool music, like this tropical house, but and like we don't really know what it is, but like we like the beats.
Because like I'm kind of with you on the Discover thing, but like let's not forget, like early 2000s, there were a few soca songs that were huge. You know, you had the Rupee.
The Tempted to Touch, Kevin Little.
That turned me
But
on.
that was during like the early 2000s.
Even like early, like feeling hot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when I say
And even
soca to
Allison
people,
Hines.
Yeah, when I say
Like,
soca to people,
Rolling
you're like,
Hills.
Hot is the perfect song to get
play
old
that at
white
my
people
bar
moving, yo.
mitzvah. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Like,
it's true.
It's my bar mitzvah.
Yeah, it's true.
They played on a lot of cruise lines too. Like
Yeah, all
when
the
I went
time.
to these boring ass cruises, big up to the Uber Soca cruise.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait.
When I went to these boring ass cruises, the only soca I used to get was like Palance and Hot. That was
They used to play
Wax
Palance
about
even.
balance.
Yeah, because the MC used to jump into the crowd like in the middle of the deck and teach them like how to go. From
Oh,
left
that's
to right.
good.
Okay.
If it's a hot,
I don't mind
crowd,
people. I don't mind. So that's another thing too. Because so it's like, where do we draw the line for it to
Because
be
like no,
okay?
for me, like right now, the difference between like the early 2000s then and soca now, back then those songs were big because one, that was during the time where you used to see Caribbean music like in the mainstream, like especially here in New York.
Yeah.
In Hot 97,
Yeah.
you would hear dance hall.
Yeah.
You would hear some. It was not a lot of soca. You hear some soca songs.
Some.
But to be honest, though, a lot of these soca songs that did get big in the early 2000s, like they Turn Me On and they Tempted to Touch,
Yeah,
they had a little soca beat to it.
Yeah.
Dancehall beat to it.
Yeah, so like these songs got label push. So, they were on Hot 97, they were on MTV, they were playing on the radio. Like back then, because like me, I don't know how you guys were. I used to watch like crazy music videos. It used to mean a lot to us. Like,
Kendrick used to watch Mad Pasta Pasta
yeah, no,
for like no reason.
Yeah, I used to watch Pasta Pasta do homework. And those like smack DVDs. But no, like, you'd be like, they'd be like 106 in Park. That's when it was like, real important. Everyone was like,
Yeah,
oh.
106
And you used to watch music videos on MTV, blah, blah, blah. And you would see those. And you would see like Caribbean flags all up in the video, the Wally Rhythm era,
Hey.
Luma
And
D,
and of
off
course,
key voice,
and Sean Paul especially.
Yeah, Sean Paul. Like,
Sean Paul killed it like in the early 2000s too
Yeah.
with like all of his tunes, like Like Glue, Temperature.
everybody knew
White
those
people
songs.
love Temperature.
Yeah. Everybody, they didn't know what they were saying.
didn't know
but
what
they
else they were saying,
loved
though.
them songs. So
It's so interesting to watch them imitate like what Sean Paul was
Yo,
saying.
it was hilarious, bro.
I don't know. It's like me imitating Overdue. I'm
Just
not
give me
gonna
the
get mad.
light and pasta.
I'm not gonna get mad.
Wait, you imitate Overdue?
When he goes fast, I just like, you
don't understand what he's saying?
He's speaking so fast. Something like me.
Joe, you understand it? I understand it.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I know what he's saying, but I don't know the lyrics. I just go,
You don't know
something like you. Ain't nobody something like you.
I might not remember it off the top of my head,
Make
but
me fall out. Oh.
if I hear it, I could sing it word
No,
for
I,
word.
you
I
don't
know.
know-
I know what he's saying,
Oh.
but
But the
I
difference
don't,
is white people don't know what Sean Paul's saying.
But like, I can't.
They just
say
kinda-
it
they
with
just kinda-
him
they just kinda
'cause he says
mumble.
it fast, so I just like mumble it.
It's like It Wasn't Me, right? That's also another song that white people love, right?
Oh yeah,
Went
Shaggy.
huge, right? I think Shaggy still makes like a ton of money from It Wasn't Me.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it went so big in Europe I think that was the reason he didn't actually have to make an album for so many years, was because like that song was so big.
Yeah.
I mean that whole album was so big from top to bottom. But it's mad funny because like I know people would sing it and they would sing like the girl you're my Angel too. They would sing like You're My Angel perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would come in and all the white people would just be like blah, 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 blah. And I don't know about you guys, but at least for me, like I would always just kind of like, because I would be at parties with like a bunch of white people, right? I would get mad excited to hear Shaggy because it was like one of the few songs where like I actually like listened to like with Caribbean people and stuff like that, and I would know the words. And it didn't make me mad that they didn't know the words. What would make me mad was that the way that they would sing it, it was like a caricature of the actual song. And that's kind of what would like kind of make me upset, right? Because I'm like
just making fun of the fact that we don't notice. So
exactly, yeah, you know what I mean?
I have no issue with that.
I don't know, man, because I'm like,
I understand from that perspective, but I always try to understand from an outside perspective. It's like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying.
no, yeah, but there's a difference between not knowing what they're saying and then when it's kind of just like,
I don't know, people do it all the time.
because here's the
People
thing,
do
it's
it all
like
the time.
I could listen to music that I don't know, and like especially when it's like Lucien could do it, right? Like I won't know like what Lucien. I don't know
Any of the Creole.
I don't know any of the Creole words, but I could still sing a lot of the parts.
different.
I could still sing a lot of the parts pretty well, just because like I could feel the rhythm. I know it.
Girl, wine your move it.
Shake It, Move It to, you know,
right.
or even like Party About, you know, like that song is sick.
That's different.
I like these shape.
I think
That's
that
different.
there's
bro.
a there's
This is a pop song, bro.
there's- no, there's-
Come on,
there's-
you can't make fun of a song.
no, there's a
like Oops, I Did It Again. We used to make fun of so many songs.
no, but Oops I Did It Again, you know what she's saying. It's different.
Nah, man.
Oops I Did It Again is like, look, it's
what I'm hearing is, my pussy hurt.
no. It's a main. Look, listen. It's a main.
I'm offended.
It's a mainstream
Come on,
song,
man.
right? But Shaggy is like
What to
that's
offend,
like it's reggae, right? It's reggae. So here's my thing. It's one thing if you don't know the words, that's fine. But when you see people doing like a caricature or like an exaggeration of the culture and the song, then it's different. Because like, I've been to parties where I see people when the Shaggy part comes on, right? Listen, they'll just be like doing their thing, and then when the Shaggy part comes on, they'll just be like blah 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 blah, and then they always do the whole pass the joint thing around where they like pretend to like.
That's kind of weird.
All right, okay. So you see where I'm going with it, right?
That's kind of weird.
Okay, so it would be like blah 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 blah
I
blah
don't mind the
blah.
blah 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 blah.
And then
but, like, that's kind of weird.
Nah, they always I know, and it's not just with that. They do it even if
They
it's
do like every reggae like.
they do it anything that has to do with Caribbean culture in general, right?
Oh, okay, that I understand.
Yeah,
but,
but
I don't
but-
have a problem with them going. Blah, 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 blah.
No. I mean,
I don't care.
I guess that's whatever because they don't know
Because
it.
people do that to a lot of songs.
No,
That's not the only song.
They don't know it. So if they're
I
doing
see your Snapchat
if they're-
videos.
if
You don't
they-
know the lyrics.
They're doing it if they're doing it because they don't know it, that's different. But when they're doing it in a way that's
No, the
just
whole like smoking weed, man. That's more like a narrative.
no, but so that's what I'm going to. Because now when it comes to soca music, right? There are times when I play soca music because I don't give a fuck. I was working at my old job, right? They sometimes used to go on parties and stuff like that, and I just used to just take the aux cord because I didn't give a fuck, and I would just go put on soca music because I was tired of hearing like shitty music the entire night, and I would put on like soca music, and then.
Play EDM in hell.
Huh? Nah, they would play like EDM and like Chris Stapleton and shit, like all those country songs shit.
Fucking
Right? So listen. So I would go play some soca music, right? And then people would come, and then it would be the same thing. Like they would like the same reaction that I was talking about before with Jamaican music. They'd be doing that with soca music, and I'm like, yo,
Oh, yeah.
you see what I mean? So
So that's a different point.
it's
But yeah,
different,
I
right?
get
It's
it.
different.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, these things are very subtle. They're not things that people think about
just narrative,
or like talk about, but it's like,
narrative.
it's like, what is it about, this why is their perception this perception, not just for like
Because
reggae,
DJ Jel's
but for
passport
everything.
says born in Kingston.
It's because all our passports apparently say born in Kingston. Jello, what's your accent? You have a Jamaican accent, bro? Let me hear that, Jello. Let me hear that.
Rastafari, man. You like Peter Tosh, bro?
You know, believe it or not, I don't have a good Jamaican accent. I guess
Why
the most
would
I
you?
could
Why
say.
would you? You're Trinidadian.
Nah, I could do a mean Bajan accent, I from Bridgetown, Barbados, and I go in St. Michael.
See, and that you probably did you just learn that from listening to all types of Bajan soca?
Honestly,
is that
yeah.
from, like,
You ever listen to Bashmet Soca and listen to Lil Rick and you hear about Sugar Lump?
That's actually pretty good.
Like-
What you asshole?
Yeah, or G's on bread, man.
I don't know if that cheese on bread was good.
I mean,
No, but even for me too, it's like.
but even listening to any Bajan type thing, you'll
You'll pick it up.
You'll pick it up.
But it's the same thing with me in a Trini accent. Like 2 years ago, I couldn't speak with a Trini accent. And then I go to Carnival with Gel, and all of a sudden people think I'm from Trinidad, and it's like, holy shit.
Where's he seen by?
What is he seeing away? So it's like, certain things you just pick up from listening to music, like how Japanese people learn English from listening to soca, which I think is amazing.
Which is a major point I want to talk about in terms of having soca music on the international scale, right? Recently, 5-Star Keel, he went to Japan for the soca week for their carnival. So
when is their carnival again?
it
Do you
just
know?
passed.
It's in.
It was over the weekend, right?
Yeah, I think it was like
it was
last
just
week or
it's
some
it,
shit.
it was like
Was it for the carnival?
The second weekend.
Oh, it was a show.
Make sure you check out Soca in Japan. That's the Instagram page.
Oh, yeah,
and they'll update
But they
you
had a
with.
parade of the bands.
Huh? They had a parade of the bands.
Because I remember, he went. We had Marshall.
Who went the Mash Marshall and Cass went.
Yeah, DJ Anna goes to Japan a lot.
Yeah. So a lot of people going.
Puffy
out
was there too.
Yeah, Puffy
Yeah.
was there with Akil.
But the thing is, I don't know why for like soca music to end up on an international level. I feel that like a lot of the local soca artists, I shouldn't say local, international soca artists should collaborate with like the people like Angie, Minmi. Like Marshall did something like 10 years ago, 11 years ago with Min Me, the Japanese wine song, and he flew like this girl from Japan straight down to Trinidad to perform.
But you know, Marshall got that fly you from Japan to Trinidad money. You know?
Fine. But then think about all the other people who fly down. Like DJ Anna has all these people in Japan that come down for carnival every year. Like look at poor Asami who got murdered.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Asami, steel pan player. She comes every year for Panorama.
She got murdered?
She got murdered in, I think, 2016.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what?
I thought you knew about this.
No.
Nah, this was international news, bro.
Yeah, it was big. It was really.
Japan
It was,
had a big travel alert not to go to Trinidad.
yeah,
Wait,
it was.
really?
No, it was really really
Wait,
sad.
she got murdered in Trinidad?
Yeah, it was really sad.
Wait,
She was by herself to meet some guy. She met the guy in the savannah and
Damn.
And it's crazy.
They never solved her murder to this day.
Yeah, it's really really sad.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Yo, Trinidad, man, y'all such a happy people, but the violence. Woo.
You gotta be careful. And that's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yes.
I mean, even when we went for carnival, we were pretty safe. Like, I do feel like some of that's exaggerated to an extent, but you do have to travel with other
No, you
people
do
and
have to be safe.
Your
For-
surroundings.
I'm not gonna lie. I was actually surprised at how safe I felt while I was in TT. Because when I got there, I was
No, I know, but it's
I was
everything.
what you don't say TT?
Well, we say TNT. We don't.
TNT.
When
I say
was in
TT.
TT.
Yeah,
TT.
I'm a high class boy. I say TT.
I'm from Barapore. Pick up to you, DJ Loverboy.
Pick up to all these South people.
All these South people. I actually really love South people. Sando, I could live in Sando. But anyway, yeah, being in Trinidad, I was actually surprised at how safe it was. And even more though, I was surprised at the amount of just like foreign people that I saw in TT. And it's kind of funny because they would call me like a foreign person, right? Or they would call, would they call you would they call you foreign?
What do you mean?
No, but I'm
They wouldn't
Caribbean
call
still.
me. They wouldn't call me foreign because of my accent. But if I told them I'm from New York, yeah, he's a foreigner.
See, that's what I'm saying, right? So even so, when I say foreign, I mean Caribbean people in the diaspora are still considered foreign. They still are under that term foreign,
Yeah.
right? That's what I mean. But
Yeah.
If you're not
Yankees,
from
boy.
them, you're foreign.
Where's Yankees?
If you're not from there, you're
Supposedly.
a foreigner. You're
I
Gaijin.
don't think you're a foreigner.
You're
I don't think
Laotian.
you're a foreigner
Not
if you're the same race and you know the culture. You're just born in a different
Nah,
place.
you're a foreigner, bro.
But yeah,
you're not
and-
from there. No, you're a foreigner.
No, because even the people
you're
who
not
fly
from
in,
there,
right?
you're a
Like the
foreigner.
DJs and stuff, they call them foreigners too. Yeah, foreigners coming with their music.
I mean, technically, you have a foreign passport, but
Nah, you're a foreigner. If you're not from there, you're a foreigner, right?
Yeah. Unless you could fake it really well.
what if you're born there and then you move away?
Well, technically, as a foreigner, because you leave the
Yeah,
country
yeah.
still. I know.
I don't agree with that. Just saying.
No, you're a
None of us
foreigner.
agree with
I
it.
don't.
I agree with it.
I don't agree with
That
that.
is what Trini
They're
is.
right.
That's how
They're
Trini
right.
classify.
But I was surprised at how many people from outside,
Those are all
from
Gaijin.
from not I was surprised how many Gaijin were there in Trinidad and Tobago. Mostly SOCA Brainwash as well, because he did have like Ryan had a lot of people from all over the world.
But
there.
like, yeah, but even like on an international scale. All right, since you mentioned SOCA Brainwash, you know, every time SOCA Brainwash come up, you're like, Ryan, where's the all inclusive? You know, like
Yeah.
Ryan can't do nothing without people asking for all inclusive. He fart, they're gonna be like, yo, where's the all inclusive?
who doesn't like all inclusive though?
You know, like
Nah, because here's why though.
You know?
In Trinidad,
But yeah,
when we went for carnival, bro, every party we went to was an all inclusive.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
The thing is, when SOCA Brainwash is an all inclusive in Trinidad and Tobago, and you get what you want for your money, and you come to New York now and you have to pay $100 to see some fancy decor. I mean,
yeah, it's a different economy.
he
man.
decked it out. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the designs for Brainwash and it was dope. Big up to Q.
Yeah.
He had a blast in SOCA Brainwash.
yeah.
He said it was worth. A lot of people said it was worth the money. I disagree because
which,
we went
which Brainwash?
SOCA Brainwash, New York City.
Oh, I didn't go to
Labor
that
Day
one.
Saturday.
Uh-uh.
But we had somebody who went. So I looked at a lot of the reviews and people said it was worth the money. I would like to ask these people if they went to the one in Trinidad, but I digress on that.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit's good. Yeah, but
Yeah. So to the point about like Japan and their culture, you realize like a lot of the music that breaks in the world has passed through Japan. And you see how soca and chutney and
What?
steel pan has
really,
yeah. Like even with hip hop, like a lot of the underground hip hop tunes, like it'll pass through Japan and go through Europe and all these things.
Oh, yeah.
Japan has a big following when it comes to music.
oh yeah, yeah.
And I feel
they
like-
still have music stores. Like I was there. I was
The record stores and stuff. Yeah.
I feel
Pretty
like
cool.
as Korean people, we don't cultivate what we have there at all. They love our culture so much, but we just make fun of them for trying to imitate soca, and I feel like there's a lot of
I want to see that.
A lot of
Is there any
talent.
videos I can see them making fun of?
Nah, but you know, what they're saying, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
what? I'm
you know 100% what
Caribbean
they're
people.
saying.
I'd be like, what's wrong with this Chinese girl who trying to
Speaking of foreigner, the white boy song
Big Ben.
Big
Take
Ben,
out
have you heard that
Big
song?
No, what's
Ben.
that?
Yo, yeah.
I didn't hear Big Ben. What is that?
It's on.
Oh,
So big up to Fearless
Wait, can we
Kevon
play?
from Grenada.
Can we play?
There's a song called Big Ben, which is on the same rhythm with
it's
Job
actually kind
King.
of good, bro. It's good. He's like,
Let me see this, bro. Big now and see. Let me just look this up right now. So, apparently, it's called Big Ben and is by White Boy.
White boy, why not?
White Boy, why not? All right. It really is crazy how Google be like putting soca as like my first thing on now, yo.
yo, they need to listen to your phone conversation.
All right, so yeah, I see, yo, the fact that he says I come all the way from London.
He even does like ad libs, yo. He got a Ben.
Yo, the music video is not too bad actually.
It's
Yo,
decent,
they're in
right?
the too, bro. Yo, I love that he's with all these Grenadian people too, bro.
But like people were like, this is what we're talking about, like international.
But he knows how to whine. Like, look at that. Like, you can see he actually gets the culture.
But that's the thing. White boy, why not goes to Grenada every year? He
See?
dressed up in
That's-
oil and everything.
That's different, you know.
Like he makes a song and people are like,
Yo, that girl with the fattest bumper just whined on him and he didn't fall over, yo. He know how to, he knows what he's doing. You know what he's doing.
but people thought it was a mockery.
Yo, they on a bicycle.
Thing.
But the controversy is because he's white, he's a colonizer, he's trying to steal with culture and appropriate it. But I don't actually think that's the case. It's worse if you call it something different, like you call it Tropical House, but dude at least knows a soca.
Yo,
He's on a rhythm, like,
Yo, this
Lava
video's
Man.
making
He's on a
me
rhythm
yo,
with
look,
Lava
he's
Man.
going in, bro. Yeah. Yo, this little kid, yeah.
I mean, the song is decent. It's not like there's a crazy amazing song, but it's catchy. It's a little catchy. You probably get annoyed probably halfway through it, but it's catchy.
Nah,
I'll take our wine on
look,
Big Ben.
if they play that song at a fete, people are gonna whine to it, yo. Especially that Big Ben part. You know what I mean? Like, it's on the rhythm, right? It's on the same rhythm with Lava Man
and Job King.
and Job King, right? But I think it still has that Grenada soca vibe to it. Is it a mockery? I don't think so, because it's like, all right.
Every song, is it every
But
soca song
why would it be a mockery?
outside of
Because
that is a mockery?
he's white. It's
But then
different.
think about like Mad Rushin too. Mad Rushin is mad popular here in New York City as a DJ, right? And
Yeah.
he's slowly transitioning his career into an artist. Mad Rushin just had an event and over 250 people showed up. Dude was born in St. Petersburg, Russia. That sounds like a real place, right?
It is.
Yeah, that is a real
So
it's the capital.
he was born there, and then he came here when he was small, but he grew up in a West Indian community. So he learned how to play soca and reggae and dancehall and all this shit, and people love him. Does anyone call him out for appropriation?
I know you want it.
Gotta give me the Big Ben.
Yo,
But-
Freezy does that best.
Yeah, I know, he really does. I can't even do it, yo. Freezy, that's like one of the best ad-libs. But here's the thing, right? Why would people say that, people like Mad Rushin and, why would they say that? Because it's like,
people don't hate on
people don't hate him. No, they don't. I've never
can play.
I've never heard
never
anybody
seen
say
it.
it.
I've
never heard anybody say it. And it's actually pretty dope. But see, here's the thing, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier.
He's a DJ and he's in the background.
No, it's because he knows the culture, and what he does is not a caricature. It's not like him like making fun of this. It's like he genuinely loves it. You know what I mean? And you could tell that. And that's the thing. I feel like you could always tell when people are like doing when they're doing soca or they're doing Caribbean culture because they love it, or if they're just like doing it because
Or they're riding the wave.
Yeah, they're just riding a wave
like
or
those white K-pop bands.
yeah,
Those
exactly.
all white K-pop bands
You know?
don't do anything in Korean. They
So
just
I don't
all
know,
in
Big
English.
Ben. Yeah, I fucks with it. I think it's pretty dope. But that's again like this dude's from UK, and judging from the video, he had a lot of Caribbean people in the video with him. It's not like it was just him, and it would be different if it was him and just a bunch of white people, and they were just like humping the shit out of each other. Nah,
Would
it wasn't.
Really?
Or
Would it be
twerking.
different?
It would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but them Japanese people be making a soca song. They be
But what do
different.
they have in their videos? They have the Trini flag.
Yeah.
They have
so
Guyana
if you had a
flag.
Trini flag but a bunch of white people, then it's okay.
But you could tell when
You
it's
could
you could
tell.
tell because Japanese people are doing it.
But if it's a bunch of white people, can you tell that they're doing it?
I think you can tell if they're making fun of it.
Yeah.
But you can't tell if they're doing it good, even if they have flags.
You can tell if they're no, like this video that we just saw.
The white people doing it in the Japanese.
But here's the thing. Even listen to the lyrics, Kendrix. Think about it from this perspective. White Boy Whiner, he bigged up Lava Man and Job King in the beginning of the song.
That's true.
And Fearless Kevon from Grenada. So at least he understands like where that Grenada culture comes from. If you ask any other Westernian about like a Grenadian music, a lot of them don't even know who the fuck Job King or Fearless Kevon are.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing, it's like, you know,
so if there was all white people, would it be okay? And all those prerequisites. If and only Kevin, man, you know,
it would only. I would say I would only look at it as something that was like, all right, this is someone genuine.
Have just one energy towards the Japanese people, but different.
No, because look, when the Japanese people do it, right, you could tell they're genuinely making soca music,
and
right? It's not a caricature.
And they go to soca parties though. They go to soca parties. They know the songs.
But they got like the little German, soca crew and stuff. Was it Berlin soca?
There's the Berlin, yeah.
They actually know us. Yeah, they know who we are.
Oh shit! Yeah. Big up to Berlin soca crew.
Big up to Dutch soca lovers, French soca lovers.
Yeah.
But all over Europe, soca is big too. You know, a lot of them know the music and they know the art form. So again, you could always tell when the love for the culture is genuine. You can spot a fika in a second, especially if they start to pronounce things like really weird, like instead of Juve, it's Juvert, or you could tell.
You could tell. There are signs. There are signs.
There are a lot of signs.
Yeah.
So you gotta G check them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like even in music, right? Oh, I want to ask you guys, because what was that like? So this is still soca, like, but now in other genres of music, right? So. Well, people were talking about that, the whole, when Nicki Minaj had an album, what was the name of the song she had?
What, Chun-Li?
Inspirations or some shit, and she bigged up all the soca artists. But it wasn't even really a song. Do you know what I'm talking about, Joe?
No one claims
this
Nicki
shit.
Minaj.
Yeah, no, I think it was this year. Nicki Minaj.
Dreams?
No, she had a song where she like big. She just said all the names of soca artists and mad Jamaican artists.
I don't really.
Let me look it up.
No, the Trinity people don't claim her.
Huh? No, I know Trinity people don't claim her, but like that's another thing where it's
they'll
like
claim Cardi B before they claim her.
That's mad true. But she had that, man.
Yeah, because she came home for Carnival.
Yeah, she took a wine on Uncle Ellis.
Big up to Cardi B.
Yeah, big up to Cardi B, yo.
I bounced she up in the airport when I touched down. We were on the same flight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she had on no makeup, though.
Wow.
They didn't even they did her so wrong. They didn't warn her or anything that she was having press when she was in Piaco.
Yeah, leave that up to that's like 100% Trini. Like, hey, welcome. Like, by the way, you have a press conference right now.
Yeah, but I don't know. She's a real person.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj hails out Caribbean artists on new album. Nicki Minaj has given artists major props on her new album, Queen. The album dropped on Friday.
Her career kind of going.
It was on August. It happened in August.
Her career real shaky right now, you know.
But it wasn't a song. She was just saying everybody's names.
Yo, she's awful.
You guys didn't hear this?
No.
For real?
Yo, her album went like wood. So.
This ain't even playing in Trinidad, bro.
Why would it?
Why would it?
It's not a. Listen to the beat though.
The freestyle one.
It have a soca beat.
Oh really?
No,
the beat. Dancehall beat.
Oh yeah, you're right. I have a dancehall beat.
Actually, you know what? If I were white, I'd call this Tropical House because that's what this.
This does sound like Tropical House.
I don't know. It's not good.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
But you know who else is on this track? Big up to my cousin. Big up to
who else is on this?
Shame.
You have a
Big
cousin?
up to Foxy Brown.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's your cousin?
I forgot Foxy Brown's job.
Foxy Brown's your cousin?
No comment.
Are you serious?
Big up to Foxy Brown.
Yo, Foxy Brown, yo, like D Foxy Brown, like
she's my family. Yes.
What?
No comment.
I read online that she was Trini, but I didn't.
Yo, she was the first person. Like you would have never heard like those dance hall type sounds. On hip hop records if it wasn't for her, because she fought for that. Mm-hmm. Now they use that everywhere. If it wasn't for her, because like
that's pretty dope.
I don't know, man. You know, it's not gonna translate well.
Yeah,
and they were giving her all of that, but she fought for it, and now it's kind of a popular thing to do. Yeah. Even now, like you see, they're not really giving the forwards to our Caribbean artists anymore. They're just stealing the sound.
Exactly.
Sampling.
You know. Yeah, they're recreating it for their
Like
own.
Chris Brown recreated "Turn Me On" last year.
Oh, that shit was.
And
I didn't even know he did
song
that.
Question.
Yeah,
so
that shit was garbage.
it was trash.
But you know, he was making the same song his entire career.
But you know who's really promising to break through in this international market? Rihanna done break through in the international market, bro.
Wait, nah, but Rihanna needed to get a song with the Red Boys, man. I'm waiting for that.
Rihanna, Patrice Roberts, and Red Boys.
Yeah, she needed to get a song with the Red Boys.
I feel like Rihanna would never make soca because she know that's not the route that she wants to go into. Like, she will continuously invest in dancehall and reggae because she grew up in that.
But she grew up
But-
playing mass. She
Did
real
she?
big into soca. She's not a faker.
Still goes to Carnival.
She's
I
not a
think.
faker at all.
Carnival.
She knows all the tunes.
Every other year.
Every other year.
She puts songs. No, she's real. She's not a faker. She's not ashamed. She pushes it out there. She
Yeah.
gives prominence to the people, and she
But
reps
there's
them well.
another young lady who's like really, really, really promising.
Yeah, extremely promising.
That Richard has the
Yes.
pleasure of photography. That doesn't make sense.
Photographizing. I have to say Nyla Blackman, out of any artist I know right now, just seeing her in person, like working with her and seeing what goes on behind the scenes as well as what goes on stage, like she's gonna be the one, I would say, to take soca abroad in the right way. And what I mean by that is that not only does she herself have a very good understanding of soca music and Caribbean culture, I mean, a lot of people try to say, like, oh, you know, this whole soca royalty thing. Like, yes, she's the daughter of Ras Shorty and stuff, like, the granddaughter of Ras Shorty and stuff like that. That's one thing.
Yeah, and just for those of you guys who don't know, because there's a lot of people who don't know soca history, Ras Shorty was the guy who created soca music.
Yes.
He did it using, like, blending East Indian rhythms with African influences, and that's how soca was born, to reunite the African and Indian people in Trinidad and Tobago.
So now, you know, the whole, you know, Blackman family, they all make music, but what's been like so cool about Nyla is that she's managed, I think she's managed to take soca and almost kind of reinvent it in her own way and put this modern twist on it. And it didn't really stand out to me until I went with her to Shemansky in Brooklyn, where she performed for a complete EDM crowd. And if you guys want to see the video is on her IG page. It was filmed by yours truly, the SOCA analyst, The World is Rich. And you could see that the reception that she got from the crowd, people were actually like they really, really liked her presence. And I was surprised because there was not one Caribbean person there. We were the only Caribbean people there. And here she is with like Salvatore Ganacci and oh man, I totally forgot this guy's name. Shit, I have to cut this part out. He's mad famous.
Tomorrowland.
The Tomorrowland. Yeah, well, Salvatore Ganacci is a Tomorrowland DJ,
Diplo?
right? No, I think his name is Alesso.
Yes, it
Alesso.
is.
Yeah.
It is,
So
Alesso.
she was there with. So for you guys that don't know, she actually has a song with Salvatore Ganacci. It was produced by Salvatore Ganacci, and she's also, you know, like. She also met up with Alesso there, and these guys are like huge in the EDM world.
Yeah.
And the song with Nyla and Salvatore Ganacci, Kill a Soundboy, like she performed it there, and I think for the first time ever in New York, she performed it. It might have been the first time she performed the song ever. I don't know, but definitely the first time here for Labor Day weekend, and the crowd like exploded. Like it was one of those things where it still has Caribbean influences. Right, it's still we can't say it's 100% soca, but it's soca fused with EDM the right way.
Yeah,
so, and not just that it sounds good, but it actually appeals to that market.
No, that major laser shit.
Well, actually, if I would have classified, I'd call it tropical house.
I would call it.
There is a name for that type of music. They actually call it Caribbean dance music.
Yeah.
So like electronic dance music, but Caribbean dance music.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Nyla is that Nyla is so young with a very promising future. She's only 20 years old. Like we mentioned, she's soca royalty, but she also got her first BET nomination for what? Best new artist?
Best international act?
Best new international act.
International act, I think it was.
We voted long and hard on Twitter, on Instagram, on the website. Sadly, Nyla Blackman did not get through.
Second or something.
I think she came second. I think it was an African artist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some African dude.
Yeah, but
she
it was
got
pretty
a lot
incredible.
of recognition outside.
Yeah, and it was pretty incredible to see Caribbean people, especially because we always do everything last minute.
Too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yo, we were on Al Jazeera with Nyla Blackman. Yes, that's another big thing for those of you guys that don't know. Al Jazeera is like a major like news platform, international news platform. It's crazy, and they did a segment on soca music, and I thought it was actually really cool. And yeah, they interviewed Nyla Blackman. Things were interesting to say the least. They got kind of political, but it was cool that they brought on soca fans from around the world to kind of come in and like sing Nyla's songs, and then like I had my own little segment on the show, which was cool, talking about soca music and diversity. But long story short, it's cool to see Nyla Blackman on these international platforms because she's kind of doing things and she's getting into markets and places where we haven't really seen other artists do. And like Jel said, like she's so young, and she's pretty much like an ambassador for like soca music at this point, and Caribbean people.
Like at this point, like a lot of people want it to go international, so to the world, blah blah blah. And we know who controls the international music and what's big. It's white people. Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, as you keep fighting to go international, that's like the market I guess you're going for. But you don't want to like sell yourself out. That's
not at all either. And I think that the way how we have to build the industry, we have to continuously fight for music and make sure that it gets recognized.
But it's like, but recognized by
recognized
who?
As a genre.
By
because
hold on, bro.
Reggae and dancehall have classifications in the world. People know what it is. Mm-hmm. You could go in a record store, you could go on iTunes and purchase a fucking reggae album or a dancehall album. Mm-hmm. When you want to search for soca is classified as 5 different things. Mm-hmm. You got it classified as worlds. Modern dancehall. What the fuck is modern dancehall?
Yeah. It has all these weird names. Or things that aren't accurate.
Electronic or other. Mm-hmm. Why does soca music have 5 different classifications?
But you see, Jel, so this goes back again.
That other music.
This goes back again, right? To what we're saying with the narrative, right? So this still relates to like, when you go to a party and you see a bunch of white people making a caricature of this music. Because look. That's just one thing where it's just at a party, right? But now you kind of see it on like on a business and institutional level where it's the same kind of form of this.
But you know what's funny about that? That's actually not the fault of the white or the record labels. That's our fault.
No,
as publishers,
I'm not blaming anybody for it, but I'm saying this is the reality of how it is, and some people don't think that's a problem. And I think it's a problem because it's not who we are, and nor is it who we want to be.
Yeah, for me, I just feel like with the internet, you could just create your own path, and like you don't need to keep asking these people. Fuck them. Like,
but soon our music will be.
No, you do because.
But then Kendrix, sooner or later,
you're gonna have to go through those.
You force them to recognize.
No, but you're gonna have to go through their. You have to go through their institutions regardless.
No, you
like
need them,
if you think about it,
I really started to see with the internet, you don't need them, man.
No, but you need them. We need them to classify the music for what it is, not them telling us what they think it is.
For what it is.
Yeah, because just now, bro.
Be like,
but how
can you be called Afrobeat?
Yeah, how can you if they have the infrastructure? Like, how can I go to the store? How can I?
You grow your soca, and then when it's grown to a point where they can't deny you.
The question is when is it going to be grown, and can it be grown without first overcoming the obstacle of being mislabeled?
It can grow.
But
even while being, but it's mislabeled on the internet too.
But did they mislabel
we only have Julian's promo.
Yo, but like,
did they mislabel reggae?
Radio station.
Did they mislabel Afrobeat?
We're building our own infrastructure outside, and for me, I was like, yo, man, fuck these people. So I don't care what they think. Yo, we're building our whole thing outside, and when it gets to the point, we don't need to ask them. It's gonna be at the point where they gonna know because we're gonna grow.
But the thing is,
it's more of us out here.
But the thing is, they already know because they're using our music, but they're not giving us credit for it. So they already know.
You could make the demands, but like, don't wait on it. Like, fuck these people.
No, it's not about.
Don't expect it from.
It's not about waiting for it.
Expect it from.
It's about finally Caribbean people saying to saying to each other like, yo, this is our music, this is our SOCA music, right? And we have to be able to say comfortably like, yes, this is our music, and we have to be willing to
They not saying it?
No, well, we have to actually be willing to fight to say like, yo, what's going on with our music, and we need to solve a lot of things going on internally, and then we can finally be like, all right, these problems here are solved. Like, we have these differences between us as Caribbean people solved. Now we have to tackle like going through this whole mislabeling thing, because this whole shit is not adding up correctly, right? So I think
do it ourselves. Fuck them.
No, but that's my question is how do you do it? How do you do it when they're controlling the narrative and the infrastructure?
I feel like with the internet's so disruptive. Now you have that opportunity to do it. Before the internet, I'd be like, all right, cool. But now with the internet, like, how do all of us get music? We don't turn on Hot 97. We don't turn on the TV.
Actually, bro, although radio listenership has declined, a lot of people still do kind of get their stuff from radio rotation.
In TT, mad people still listen to radio.
I'm talking about us.
No, I mean, here in America,
you're talking about people who are like maybe like 18 to 30 or 18 to 35. Those who are still older, granted, like they don't have as much influence in this industry to like break something. People still do get their music from radio. People still have.
I'm talking about us.
Who's us?
Diaspora.
Caribbean people?
Yeah.
Well, you do know we have pirated stations here, right?
Yeah, but it's not like dude, most of us go to the internet to get the music. We go on YouTube and we look up the music,
or we go to a roti shop and buy a CD.
Yeah. So we've always been operating outside the spectrum. So I don't want to turn these people, man. These people are evil, son. You see what they do to every black genre.
No, but here's the thing is that we're gonna have to deal.
These people are evil. They destroyed rock and roll.
No, but here's the thing: we're gonna have to deal with.
They're destroying hip hop.
We're gonna have to deal with like, cause SOCA. Look at it. SOCA's already growing, bro. It's already going international little by little. That's a movement.
But it's grown on its way where finally it's grown where it's its own path that it's creating. Before it was like labels were back here. That's why those songs were big. Like Tempted to Touch would not be as big as it was back then if it came out in 2018. It will not.
I agree.
Because that label thing is not there. Because if it was the same, Hello would be like 1 billion views on YouTube.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But here's the thing. It's like SOCA is
now we're grown. It's grown in a path it's created on its own. Genuine. None of them people over there just...
Are you saying genuine that it's growing?
They created this. The level it's at is all them.
I think so the way that it's been going right now, it's been us. It's been Caribbean people pushing it, right? And for example, like Olatunji is a perfect example, right? Like, I don't know what his intention was when he first made Bodyline. A lot of people were shitting on it. They were like, "Yo, what is this?
No,
this is so
I can actually tell you that too, because he's a big Harry Belafonte fan, right?
No, I know.
And that whole thing was kind of like a tribute to him and paying tribute and homage to that.
Yeah,
being different. One thing we always appreciate about Olatunji is that he's always been different.
Yeah,
when he dropped the Chutney SOCA song in 2014, he whining good. Nobody took him on.
That song is amazing.
Mm-hmm. He did the video and people complained because there was no African girl in the song about an Indian girl. Fine. Y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
But he's always been doing something different. With Bodyline, that's just another thing.
Yeah.
When I went for Carnival, that song was on rotation on like the Caribbean.
They were playing Bodyline?
I only heard it.
It wasn't playing it on radio.
I only saw him perform it at Mosh on Monday. I didn't hear it anywhere else.
It just wouldn't fit well into.
Here's the thing. The music video was on rotation on like Synergy TV and like the Caribbean Entertainment Network, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that video played like almost every 5 minutes when I was down there. I was in the hotel getting ready for a fete. That video came on because the video has a particular style that's like different from.
It's a very like vintage. Yeah, it's cool.
In terms of what he wanted to do with the X Factor now, Olatunji, granted he has his SOCA Monarch titles and the careers and stuff.
Yo, for the other contestants, that's kind of unfair, man. Like no, because like you say you're just like random Richie from I don't know Belfast or something, and you go on the show, and there's this guy Olatunji, and like yo, who is this guy? You go on YouTube. YouTube and he has like 10 million views. He's like all these like concert things. He won SOCA Monarch
because he's already a star.
Yeah, he has a big advantage over you.
But hold on,
but he's
it's like,
nobody.
It's like competing with Tess and Chin. When what's that Tess and Chin? Yeah, when she went on there. Like what the? Like, how you gonna compete with that, yo? She already established. This is your first time on the stage.
But think about it.
Here's
the
the
common
thing.
person on the street, and if we go on
Fifth, dog you, bro.
No.
to bring up the example
But
of
here's the
what
thing.
Rich said about Fifth Avenue, right?
Yes.
If we go on the street, right, and we ask the random people, do you know who Tassanchin is? Do you know who Olatunji Yewit is? They're not gonna know.
Yeah.
The whole point of going on the show is that they get that additional exposure to an audience that they've never had access to before.
And that's exactly what Olatunji did.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what people love him for.
Mad tight, yo. I'm gonna hear that. You gonna hear that can rhythm? Like, oh.
Well, the funny part, his audition, they played the wrong song.
Yeah,
So instead of Bodyline.
No, but did you see that? That's how good his stage presence was. They put the wrong song. He came out already, caught the crowd. He already had all the intangibles of a superstar because he's been doing it. He won SOCA Monarch. So if you're just some random guy, you know, going up there, like, damn.
If you're a random guy,
it's a big ass disadvantage, bro.
If you're a random guy,
it's a big ass disadvantage.
If you're a random guy, maybe you shouldn't be on the show. You know what I mean?
Have you heard Tessa sing? What?
But no, but here's the thing. Like, so that's one thing, right? So,
No, but like what Jel's saying is true. Like,
no, true. But here's the thing. So you have Olatunji on X Factor, right? Now, he used the song Bodyline, right? I personally, when the moment the song dropped, I was a fan of the song. I liked it.
Yeah, we all said it was a good song. We just felt like it ain't fit. Like,
I felt like it could have been released after Carnival.
Yeah, it would have been like a good release.
I have two things with Bodyline. I like the song. I don't think it should have been his main like song because he was pushing that song hard.
He had another good song this year.
Maiden Call is one of the best songs of this year, bro. Big up to Static. Yo, for those of you guys, if you guys don't know the song Maiden Call by Olatunji and Static, yo, it's one of my favorite songs. I actually use it in a couple of like my wedding videos that I do for recaps for clients because it's such a good, like, sweet, sensual soca song, and it has like a nice Afro sound to it as well. But check it out, it's really dope. Now, the thing with Bodyline, right? So, Ola made this song, and here's the thing. It's like a lot of people that I know said they didn't like it, right? And they said they didn't like it because it was like too different. It wasn't really soca. But Bodyline was one of those songs that it fit so perfectly on X Factor and that audience.
I ain't doing the Lindy Hop in the Fat. Yeah,
exactly. No, but it's true. But it's true though. It's like, yo, nobody's going to be doing Lindy Hop in the Fat. You know what I mean?
Break your ankle.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Like, it's on the X Factor now. And what was it about that song that like captivated this audience?
Swinging around like Rey Mysterio in the Fat.
And I mean, he's had interviews with Ojo before, right? With 961 WeFM in Trinidad. A lot of it had to do with the theatrics. Remember, Olatunji studied these things. A lot of the things that he did in the X Factor, like having the background dancers, having this little background in theater, all of that came from his international SOCA Monarch performance in 2015 when he did Ola Ola Ola. No. Like, all of that came together in a nice show. Even when he made the mistake, or when they made the mistake and did Oh Yeah instead of Bodyline, he so miraculously and melodically sang like, oh no, that's the wrong song. Like, everything about that performance was strategic. And he impressed all of the judges.
That was a good Nickelback voice, Joe.
It was...
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he has the talent. He has the style. Like, if you paid attention to however the stylist styled him that day, it was bad.
It was so
it fit the whole theme from the video straight down.
No,
so,
it really did. And the whole videography, too, of it.
And most importantly, there's this big argument about should you use your accent, should you not use your accent?
Wait, that's probably
in songs. No, but in songs, like Olatunji, from the time he sang to the time he was talking to the judges, he used his Trinbagonian accent.
I didn't know that was an argument there.
So actually there's this big argument in the Caribbean right now.
Colonialism hitting.
Yeah. Well, in Trinidad and Tobago specifically, because there's a lot of rappers coming up like Jimmy October, Young Rug, Mark Hardy, Sarcastic Ambassador. Yeah. A lot of them, like some, they rap in their American accent. They want to pick that up, but it's not authentic, right? So when Olatunji now
goes,
have
a British accent, you can rap.
But I mean, he could put. But here's the thing: our accent's kind of very similar to English. Like if you try to speak like a proper Trini,
Yeah, they
because
just
we
sound-
use the
they
Queen's
sound-
But like,
English.
but you been hearing like that song Bunji did with Busta Rhymes. Yo, they went back and forth. I thought he was killing Busta in their own song.
Which song? They have like 4
The
different
one that
collabs.
just recently came out with
Drop it to the ground.
Yeah,
Drop it to the ground.
Yeah.
Drop it to the ground.
Bunji was killing Busta Rhymes on the song.
No,
and
but
like
Bunji-
that works. As long as you don't have a British accent, you don't sound like he's dropping Hogwarts spells. You good.
Yeah, but Bunji's also just a freestyle champion, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, we wish Olatunji the best on the X Factor. We actually want to see him win.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is a disadvantage to the other contestants.
Because he's already because he's an experienced like star, but he's a star in his own niche. Like,
But to be
Yeah,
honest,
he
though,
should be even bigger. So,
a lot of people have talent already. They have a huge social media following.
yeah,
yeah, but they ain't win Soca Monitor.
I know.
I mean, that's different.
But
They don't even know it. Like, what is Soca Monarch? And they just go on YouTube and they see like the poorly recorded video, like recorded on Nokia.
But to Kendrick's point, Bunji Garlin, that's another person who is on the international soca
and
scene.
he is international.
Like if you look at Differentology, we ready for the road.
Yeah. That wasn't even on. That was even like the
it's still a
EDM
classic.
fest they had.
Yeah.
They would do it like a terrible EDM remix.
Yeah, Major Lisa and Diplo and those guys,
Yeah.
they did like
And
a couple
even
remixes
Bunji
of
Garlin
that.
still does pieces of EDM songs like for other
He
artists.
could do a lot
Like,
of
he does-
features.
He
could
did
do
he
did a lot of
he
features.
does. He still does features. Like he's still featured in a lot of EDM songs.
He
and
was
stuff
even
like
in a
that.
Silk commercial. They used an EDM song of Bunji Garlin's for Silk. We gotta insert that clip in. But Bunji Garlin gets a lot of like the EDM international attention, and since
got
Differentology,
it.
he's been trying to get back into that.
Yeah,
And trying to take
He has
soca in
been.
that direction.
yeah.
I have an issue with that.
Wait, what
and
song
all
did
they
he
would
drop
just-
recently that's kind of like trying to go in a direction?
There's been
There's a
like
lot.
one or
Like,
two
what
or
song?
three EDM songs
Fresh-
I've heard from Bunji that have been trying
Take
to
Over Town.
Yeah, that I've been trying to. There was one he had sent me as well. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't know if he officially. I think he did officially release it, but it didn't get big.
Yeah.
But he's been trying to do a lot of like these EDM kind of sounds, and I see what he's trying to do, but it's not on the same level as Differentology.
But it's also not
But then there's songs that like are really good. They don't pick up from.
And
the
I would love to ask Bunji as well. I would love to ask Bunji when he made Differentology, what was his intention for Differentology?
But that's-
because it's a we ready for the road. It's you know what I mean, it's a song meant to be played for the road. Did he actually expect it to be taken off in this?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
No,
You know what I
don't think
mean?
he did.
It was a
And
fusion.
that's interesting.
Because
You know?
Jared produced it,
Uh-huh.
and Nigel Rojas, the guy who does the guitar, or
Yeah.
guitar, if I have to talk in my American
Olatunji
accent.
gonna be a
Like the guitar and all those things are traditional Trinidadian elements in songs. Like when you hear parang, you hear the guitar. When we talked about Top Striker being his not Top Striker. When we talked about Get in Your Section
Get in your direction.
with the rock solo with the guitar, that guitar is still like very Caribbean rootsy.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I guess because he found a different market, like they want to head in that direction. But I feel like we lose a sense of that Caribbean, that West Indian
far can you
identity.
because some songs are good. Like Midnight Cruise, I feel like Midnight Cruise could have.
Midnight Cruise is
huge.
phenomenal.
That song's
I love
amazing.
that
But
song.
think about it from our perspective, right? Do you guys know what Midnight Cruise is about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tell us.
Sativa, right?
Oh yeah.
weed.
That,
A lot of
I
people
forgot
don't
about
pick
that
up
song.
on that.
Really?
But
I forgot about that. Yeah,
maybe
he said it. He said it.
Sativa.
Yeah, he said it in the song.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe because I know what weed is and stuff like that. But I don't know. But like
I don't
sativa, you guys didn't get that?
No, I got that.
No,
That's
yeah.
why I asked you if you know the
Oh,
song. But like,
he said it.
Sativa.
What do you think?
Yeah, he
Is
said it in the
What do you
song,
think? It's the
yeah.
name of like an Indian gal from down south? What do you think? He's singing
I
about a
honest.
poor girl?
Well, a lot of people thought he was singing about a girl.
What? They already have a song about
course he's
some
singing about
intro.
a
Now
girl.
we have to have a song about sativa.
Get your mind out the gutter, guys. He was singing about a girl.
But I also feel like when artists take that EDM route, right? A lot of their music starts to sound the same,
Some of them
and that's what.
stink.
Yes.
Some of them
That's
suck.
what's been happening
and
with
that is true.
Bunji,
Yeah.
Fian.
That's why you gotta get with System 32, guys.
System 32 is
Yeah, big
is
up
pretty dope.
Tasia from
and
System
Travis.
32.
Travis
and
World.
Travis
Travis
World.
World.
You gotta get with those two guys.
Big up my brother.
Travis Will is like a production prodigy, man. His beats are sick.
But you see, I'm glad you bring up my brother Travis Will. Travis Will has been able to do something that a lot of producers have not. Fuse the two genres together while still like bringing like that 70% soca, like the drums and the percussion and like sometimes that little tassa or dolak in it, but then still bringing that like electronic vibe to it. So a song like Soca Kingdom will take off because you still hear stomping him on the stage and you hear any drums, but then you hear any bam, 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 bam. Like the elements of the song definitely complements like what the fusing of the two genres can do. Yeah. And in one road match.
Yeah, no, it's an incredible song, man. I gotta say that like when when people when people fuse the genres correctly, it's a beautiful thing, man. But when people try to purposely make a tropical house sound specifically for that market and it's not done correctly, it sounds really bad. And like I said, in my opinion, as far as I can see, aside from differentology, Nyla has been the only artist right now who has the most potential to like really break into that market and is doing it. Like she's networking with the right people.
Kes has it.
Oh man, no, Kes has like,
well, Kes has
such.
He's the most beloved artist in the diaspora.
Kes is definitely
without a
like
doubt.
Hello is the most popular song of the year. And here's the thing too with Kes, is like Kes has everything it takes to go international. He has the stage presence. Like in my opinion, he's
Will Smith.
In my opinion, he's the best performer right now in soca. Like nothing beats an entire Kes the band.
By the way, this is a big Kes stan speaking to you.
Yeah, people already know.
Kes is a big.
People already know I'm a huge Kes fan.
Is a big fan girl of Kes.
Oh, okay. We can go like that. I would say I'm more like I would say I'm just a Kes enthusiast, right? Because I kind of see his performance
he
and
stuck his pinky out when he said that.
I see how his performances are. I just think that there's a lot of energy that goes into his performances that you don't really see too much in a lot of people.
He just has a genuine...
and he doesn't lip sing like certain top soca acts that we're not gonna discuss.
No, he sings everything. He sings everything. But here's the other thing too, Jel, is that I've seen Kes do some like really cool impressions of foreign artists. Like his Elvis impression is spot on. It's really good.
His Supercat impression.
Yeah, like Kes can do all. And here's the thing, he has everything it takes to be a worldly artist.
Yeah.
He does.
You know, he really does. And like hello, like Kendrick was saying, like if that had a record.
What soca artists do you think can be like these worldly stars?
Definitely Kes, definitely Nailah, Olatunji. If Bunji starts that formula again, he could do it. And yeah, I think Marve as well.
Then in that case, I would include Teddy and John in it
yeah,
too.
I definitely include Teddy.
Teddy and John, always from St. Lucia, and we don't really want to count them so much because we continuously talk about trainees when we talk about mainstream music.
Oh, we don't want to count.
Teddy and John is one of the few that has a lot of relatable music.
Yeah.
When you talk about Ali,
lyrical content,
Gel
is really
benchmark
big.
by.
Gel will forever be on lyrical content.
Yeah.
If you send him a bumper song, he's like, "Where's the story behind the bumper? Are there any metaphors to this bumper? How many times can you just say bumper? Where's the lyrical content?"
And I'm gonna throw a wild card in here.
Yeah.
There's this guy out of Grenada. His name is Vaughn.
Yes.
Vaughn sang a song called Trouble in the Morning. He has another song with International
Put
Stephen
Mason
called
in there too.
Love Your Body, right?
Mason, I love Mason. Yeah, but Vaughn too.
Vaughn has like the look. He has that kind of pretty boy look, like he could be in a pretty boy band and shit. Mm-hmm. Then he also has the vocals. His vocal ability is something like I've never seen before from someone his age. Mm-hmm. I honestly think the work he's been doing with International Steven, because International Steven is based in LA, like the look and feel, if you take a look at any of the music videos that were produced in the past year, Trouble in the Morning, Love Your Body, and there's another song he has out. Vaughn has a very promising future, and mark my words, people, he's going to be another star. And he's representing hard for Grenada. Unfortunately, there's another artist that came close to breaking this international shield, but he's not consistent. He goes by the name of Dynamite. You may know him. Ratatatatata.
And then he kind of like remade that ratatatatata song.
Yeah. He signed with Sony Records last year.
Oh, really?
For distribution and all these different things. He got a lot of rotation.
I didn't know that.
Parts of Europe for Brave, but nothing ever happened of that.
Yeah, but like even other artists who have gone international, like for example, like Charlie Black, you know, he's like Party Animal was like one of the biggest songs this year, you know, and it's so crazy because like if you ask me, bro, I did not expect that song to like be big.
To blow up, honestly, me
And it
either.
did. It blew up.
You know why? Because again, it's sad that they hold a lot of the power, but a European DJ heard the song and remixed it, and then all of a sudden it started to pick up in Europe, and then it went viral.
See, I didn't know that. Now it makes sense.
A lot of people think that the song is
like another Chris Blackwell.
a dancehall song, but big up to DJ Kurt Riley in Jamaica. Big up to all my Jamaican soca lovers.
Yeah.
Big up to Proud Caribbean, DJ Live. Like, it's a Jamaican soca song because that was produced for their carnival. Like Sherwin Winchester's on the rhythm, Patinsky from Trinidad and Tobago's on the rhythm, Kygo. So they made that for Jamaica Carnival. But of course, whenever you're talking anything Jamaica, it has to be dancehall and reggae.
Yeah.
But Party Animal is a soca song. In terms of other people who made it big on the international scale, we can talk about Bunji and Marshall. Both of them have Soul Train Awards. They won, I think, in 2013 and 2014, back to back, which is kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
But the Soul Train Awards, not the Grammys.
It's not the Grammys.
It's not the Grammys, but the Soul Train Awards is still really, really, really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, they know more than
know?
Grammys. Grammys don't know shit. They're like the Oscars. They get it wrong every year.
And for me too, I'm like happy to see that. So like seeing Marshall and Bunji get those awards, it's pretty cool because both of those artists are like people who like deserve international awards like that, because the two of them did carry soca for so many years, you know, and they're still doing it. Especially Marshall as well is like still trying to do his thing and stuff like that, and you know, a lot of things what those two artists have done have become standard in the industry. When they were doing it, it was still kind of new. But it's cool to see that, you know, so like, I don't know, I think the future of soca, I don't think it has a bleak future because soca is growing still. Like, internationally, yes, but even among just like Caribbean people, like I noticed that like more and more people were starting to like the genre of music itself is starting to evolve and change. The sounds are starting to get more diverse. We're starting to see more collaboration between islands, you know, especially with like Vinci, Grenada, Barbados, and like we're seeing a lot of songs from these islands are starting to become really, really popular, despite which island they're coming from. And yeah, there's still room for it to like progress and get better, but overall I see soca growing first within like the diaspora and within the islands itself, and then from there I think once we learn to value it ourselves the way it should be valued, then it'll just naturally start to become a force, like Kendrix said, and become an international thing where they will just have to recognize this, and they already do.
Oh yeah, stop asking these people, man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They just ruin things, man. They ruin every black genre. They're gonna ruin it too once it gets big.
So that's a good point, because it's like
do we ruining hip hop as we speak?
The question is, do you need international recognition? And that's like a question that I leave with you guys, right?
Grow. I think you should just grow against like with the people who care, man. You don't need all those people. Mm-hmm. It's rare to have like the quality, you know, quality over quantity.
So there's the DSA question of the day we leave to you guys, our listeners. What do you think? Is soca, is it enough to have us Caribbean people value the music as you know, just as long as we think it's good music? Is that all that matters, or does it have to go international?
I think it's on the right path. And for one, as opposed, I know people always like to compare it to like those songs early 2000, like the Tempted to Touch, blah blah blah, but like right now, it's where it's at. It's all grown by the Caribbean people. Mm-hmm. It's their genuine path. There's no outsider dictating where it can go, and it's going the right way. And it grows and grows every year. And as long as like you know, you keep that control over it, I think it's gonna go the right way.
Cool.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, I believe that we just have to stay true to ourselves, right? But we also have to realize what hasn't worked and try to stop copying each other. And Kendrix, I think, said it best with the whole benchmark statement and the whole lyrical content thing. Like
that's JEL.
Yeah, you know,
if you send him a generic bumper tune, he's gonna rip into you.
Basically, because how much times, and I could talk about Chutney Soca too. How much times can we sing about bumper? How much times can we sing about Rum and Miguel leaving me? Like, there's so much more things to sing about. And this year we noticed that trend in soca music when Irfan did Overdue, when Teddyson and John did Vent. Like, these are a lot of relatable songs that have nothing to do with bumper and juke and jam.
Like Trouble in the Morning, you know?
Trouble in the Morning has jump and wave, but it told a story.
Yeah, it's lyrical in that sense.
Yeah.
It's not just bumper, left, right, bounce.
But if I had to pay some tribute to Blacks, because Blacks came at home.
Left, right, up, down, BA, start, select.
He talked about...
It's only the nerdy people who will catch that. The Konami code bumper. Make it bumper do the Konami code.
Yeah, with Blacks, he talked a lot about balance, right? And I think that in this industry, fine. There's a time for juke and jam. You know, I like to juke and jam too and wine on the bumper. Those who've seen me drunk know what I'm talking about.
You too touched to clap. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the balance is fine. Is when it becomes too repetitive is when everyone starts to get disinterested in the music.
You know, you just need to get ignorant sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Yes. Yeah, let us know what you think.
You can tweet us at SOCA ANALYST, Instagram message us, Facebook message us. Hell, you could even email us, SOCAANALYST@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit us at SOCAANALYST.com. Thanks for listening.
Big up and bless.